Our management wangled a deal with a customer, found a customer for white beads. We need 6 willing workers. They must be willing to put forth best efforts. Continuation of job dependent on performance. Isn't that fair enough? Seems to me that's fair enough. Educational requirements minimal. We need 2 inspectors on this job. Experience not necessary. Must be able to distinguish red from white. Able to count to 20. Need 1 inspector general. Same qualifications. We need a recorder. The recorder must be able to write, add, divide. Female only. The reason being 2 reasons. 1 reason, the recorder will be eligible to join the sorority, the international sorority of recorders of red beads. Another reason, the recorder must be sharp. Now, step forward, my 6 willing workers. Any women? 1, 2, 3. See how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You came a little late. Oh, where are you? Where would you come from? Oh, where'd you come from?
The back.
Took you all this time to get up here? Oh, wait a minute. Come on over here. No, you got too many applicants. I tell you what. You want to be an inspector?
I'll be an inspector.
Inspector. Want to be an inspector? All right. Then you may wander, step down the floor, proceed over to this end. And willing workers stand over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 2 women make 6. Step right up. All right, we have our 6 willing workers. And 2 inspectors. Don't get near the willing workers. Stay away from them. Get around here. Go around here. Up on the platform on this side. We need an inspector general. Who would like to be inspector general?
Sir.
What would you like to be?
I'm your inspector general.
Inspector general?
Yes, sir.
All right. Take your place between the 2 inspectors. You don't want to be a recorder? No. Inspector general takes her place between the 2 inspectors. Now, my recorder. Who would like to be? Marianne? Marianne, we've been friends up to this point. Now, Marianne, you're going to be a recorder. You'll use this chair. Sit right here. You're on the payroll, nothing to do for a while. All right, now, have everybody got our force employed? Now, other people that would like to be willing workers will have a chance, because some of these willing workers will lose their jobs. And you'll have another chance. Which of the 6 willing workers is the average? Who's average? Who's average?
I'll be average.
You want to be average? Her name is Tracy. Now, all the others are above average. So, you take your pen, mark Tracy. Now, who's next?
Ron.
R-O-N for Ron. He's absolutely right. Got his name tag on. His name is Ron. Go ahead. R-O-N. And your name?
Shirley.
Shirley. And your name?
Ken.
Ken. All right. Are you willing to put forth best efforts?
Yes.
Do you understand that you'll have jobs so long as your performance is satisfactory?
Yes.
You clear on this?
Yes.
Do we get merit pay?
You got what?
Do we get merit pay?
Merit pay. If you work hard enough, you get merit pay. In fact, you may get merit pay. You may also get put on probation. We'll see. We'll see. Now you maintain these positions, same as you see on the screen. Tracy, then Richard, Chris, Ron, Shirley, Ken. Maintain these positions. Any interchange, you both lose your job. Do you understand there'll be no resignation? You clear on this? No resignation?
Yes.
You get fired, but there's no resignation.
Sounds fair.
And our procedures for dismissal are very informal. Do you understand? You just step down, collect your pay up to date. That's all there is to it. Now, I'll explain the job to you. We have a customer for white beads. The beads come in to us from our supplier in a vessel. Now here's the vessel. What shape is the vessel? What shape is the vessel, do you think? What would you say?
Rectangle.
A rectangle. All right. You grasp the rectangle on the broad side. Did I say on the corner? I did not. I said on the broad side. And you will pour at a distance of 25 centimeters from the bottom. You will merely tilt the vessel, merely tilt it, as the beads run out into the other vessel. Did I shake the vessel? Did I shake it? I did not.
No, sir.
Did I turn it? I did not.
No, sir.
I kept it in the same plane. I let gravity do the work. Gravity. You understand gravity?
Yes.
You do. That's good. Gravity is very dependable and is cheap. Let gravity do the work. Then you will return the beads to the original vessel by the same motions. Grasp the vessel on the broad side, pour from the corner, merely tilt the vessel, do not turn it, do not shake it. Every bead comes out. You then use the paddle. We have work standards here. Your job is 50 beads per day. You understand this? 50 beads per day. No less.
50 white beads or 50 red beads or a combination?
Our job is white beads. Very good question. Your job is to make white beads, not red ones. Our customer will not take red ones. You then use the paddle. And I'll show you on the screen a picture of a paddle. Why are there 50 holes in the paddle? Why are there 50 holes in the paddle? Huh?
That's how many we need. You told us, 50 beads a day.
There's a better reason. There are 5 holes in one direction and 10 in the other. That's why there are 50.
Yes, sir.
You'll then take the paddle. We'll use this paddle. Grasp the paddle with 2 fingers, broadside, down into the beads. Agitation. Then nothing. Nothing. Then tilt 44 degrees and pull it in the direction of the paddle. 50 beads. I purposely made some red beads here so you may see what they look like. Give our inspectors a chance to see them. You will then carry your work. Did I say come over here? I did not. You will carry your work to inspector number 1, who will count the red beads and will record on his paper in silence his count. Where's your paper? Where's yours? Inspector number 1 will count the red beads, will record his count in silence. Inspector number 2 will do the same, will count, record his count. Inspector General is responsible for the count, must be satisfied with the count. She will compare the 2 inspectors. If there's a difference between them, there may be a mistake. If they agree, there may be a mistake. Inspector General is responsible for the count, and she will announce in a loud voice the count.
The count's 13.
Announce in a loud voice the count.
The count.
Announce in a loud voice the count.
13.
That's it, rapid learner. And the word dismissed.
Dismissed.
That's it. Your job is 50 per day. I have work standards here. If there's no question, we get down into business. And remember, your job is to make white beads. Our customer will not take red ones. Your job is white beads. And your jobs, continuation of your jobs are dependent on your own performance, entirely up to you. You may have jobs or we may go out of business, entirely up to you. Depends on your production. So proceed. Average, Tracy goes first. You maintain this order as recorded. Our recorder will now record the numbers announced by the Inspector General. I think it would help if we could turn it this way a little bit.
Thank you, Dr. Deming.
Now she carries her work to Inspector number 1.
Dismissed.
12. Off to a bad start. Management have decided to put up a lot of posters. They made a heavy investment in posters, all around posters. These posters will change every month. A heavy investment. Why don't you look at them all over? Do it right the first time. Be a quality worker. Take pride in your work. Improve productivity. Get better together. These posters will help you to do your work. A heavy investment our management put in. Seeing we're off to a bad start, I hope these posters will improve your work. Next comes Richard.
These posters won't help you now.
These posters are a heavy investment in the management to help you. They'll help you if you'd look at them and study them and keep your mind on them.
Well, if I do that,
Be a quality worker.
if I do that, I'll spill the beads.
No. Study the posters in your sleep. Live with them. No, no, no. Back in the other vessel. No, 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 no,
I did
no.
twice. I did twice.
Go back in the other vessel.
This is not according to procedure.
Good thing you didn't get caught. Now, it takes the paddle down into bead, agitation, and nothing. Now, tilt 44 degrees, pulls out parallel with itself, carries his work to inspector number 1.
10, dismissed.
Ah, improvement. Look at that, improvement already. All right, Chris. Just stay with the improvement. Improve, improve. That's what we want. These posters do help. All right. I carries his work to inspector number 1.
5, dismissed.
Now, I want to talk to you. If Chris can make 5, anybody can make 5. If Chris can make 5, anybody can make 5. Isn't that obvious? Proceed. How'd you get in this position?
Reading the posters and the training.
Are you out of position?
Oh, this,
What did I say would happen to you if you get out of
I
position?
was reading the posters, I'm sorry.
Oh, don't let it happen again.
Yes, sir.
All right, who's next? Proceed. Now, carries his work to inspector number 1.
12, dismissed.
What happened? What happened? If Chris can make 5, anybody can make 5. Just plain carelessness. All right, Shirley?
7, dismissed.
Now, next is Ken.
You haven't been dismissed. 7, dismissed.
Now, for the total for the day, well, it'll be 53. 53 for the day. 53 red beads the first day. Management terribly disappointed. They decided to put a limit. Not more than 3 red beads a workload from here on out. 3 a maximum. Is that clear to you? 3 a maximum. Now we're on the merit system here. We reward good performance. Perfectly obvious. There are the figures in front of you. Chris, our best worker. Chris puts his mind to his work. He does his job. Deserves a merit increase in pay. Oh. Look at Ron and Tracy. Our worst workers. That's to put them on probation. Ron and Tracy go on probation. We reward good performance here. We punish poor performance. That's the way we run our business. We know our business. We know how to handle it. 53 the first day. Management terribly disappointed. From here on out, not more than 3 red beads to the workload. Management are watching the figures. Costs overrunning revenues. Already. Proceeding to the second day. Let's hope for better results. Carries the work to inspector number 1. Let me see it. Got a lot of red beads there. Go ahead.
9, dismissed.
Tracy's improving. Look at that. Definite improvement. All right, Richard. Put Tracy on probation. Does better now. Now, paddle in, agitation, and nothing. 44 degrees, pulls the paddle out parallel with itself. What'd you got?
Too many reds.
What'd you do? What'd you do?
Nothing, I was gonna,
No,
Take some
nothing.
reds out.
What were you doing?
I was gonna take some reds out and put some whites in, so you were looking the other way, I thought you wouldn't see it.
No. You got a job here?
Yes, I do.
Airworks Inspector number 1.
Yes, sir.
Follow procedures. What are you trying to do, bribe an inspector? You took the bribe?
Now, Richard, as your Inspector General, we do not accept bribes. And if you attempt to bribe us again, we will have to dismiss you.
But I'm doing good work. There's only 9. I've gotten better.
You have, but don't bribe us again. You're dismissed with 9.
All right, Chris.
12 dismissed.
That raise went to his head. Got careless. Got an increase, got a merit increase in pay. Went to his head. Got careless. One thing sure, Ron could hardly do worse than he did yesterday.
6 dismissed.
There, he improved. Put him on probation, his work improved. Helped him to put him on probation.
14 dismissed.
Have to have a little talk with Shirley. Getting careless.
11 dismissed.
61. Second day worse than the first. We manage by results here. Management wants a complete report on what happened. Why the second day is worse than the first. Want a complete report on it. We manage by results here. Management wants a complete report on what happened. Second day worse than the first. First day was bad enough, second day worse. Look at that.
Do you have any better posters?
And Ron gets a merit increase in pay. I put him on probation the first day, began to pay attention to business. Now he gets a merit increase in pay. And Shirley goes on probation. Management have decided to declare next day shall be a 0 defect day. No red beads at all. We're going to get the band out in the morning, raise the national flag, raise the company flag, have music, fanfare, 0 defect day, no red beads at all.
Nine dismissed.
All right, Richard. Off to a bad start.
Best performance.
4 dismissed.
Now, if Richard can make 4, anybody can make 4. That should be a maximum.
3 dismissed. 10 dismissed.
All right, Shirley. One thing sure, she could not do worse than she did yesterday.
9 dismissed. 15 dismissed.
50 total. Our 0 defect day turned out to be a disappointment. Chris, 3 red beads, our best worker, gets a merit increase in pay. He deserves it. Kim goes on probation. But I have worse news than this. Management are watching the figures, costs overrunning revenues. Asked me to announce to you that unless the fourth day shows substantial improvement, they'll close the place down. As I explained at the outset, your jobs are dependent on your own performance, entirely up to you. Unless this fourth day shows substantial improvement, management will close the place down. Proceeding to the fourth day. Remember this. This may be your last day on this job. Hope you enjoy your work. Proceed.
Twelve dismissed.
No. No, you're fired. You're out. You're out. No, step down. You're out. You're fired. Need a replacement? Send up a replacement. Richard, pick up his pay as he goes by the window. Have a replacement now. And what is your name?
Jim.
Jim. Just write in Jim out the margin if you can. 2 fingers broadside, down into the beads. Agitation. Now, tilt 44 degrees, pull it. Every hole filled. Carries the work to inspector number 1.
9 dismissed.
All right, Chris.
7 dismissed. 11 dismissed. 11 dismissed. 10 dismissed.
As I announced to you, unless the fourth day showed substantial improvement, the management would close the place down, sweep it out. But somebody in our management came through with a fantastic contribution to management for the whole world, for all time. Think of it, and from your own management. They're going to keep the place open with the best workers. Fantastic contribution to management. Think of it. I know you're proud of your own management. Think of it. How wonderful that is. And who are our best workers? Obvious who our best workers are. Pretty obvious. Our best workers. Chris, one of our best workers. And Jim, and Ron. Those are our best workers. Management's going to keep the place open with the best workers. Fantastic contribution to management. Now the other 3, thank you very much. I pick up your pay as I go by the window. Can I work 2 shifts? Have to keep up production. First shift, go ahead.
Seven dismissed.
All right.
13 dismissed. 10 dismissed. 11 dismissed. 13 dismissed. 10 dismissed.
Our worst day we ever had. Keep the place open with the best workers. made 64 red beads, worst day we ever had. Management decided to close the place down after all. This fantastic idea did not work out right. Had to close the place down after all. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This goes on your records. Inspectors will keep your name on file in case anything turns up. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mary Ann. Had to close the place down after all. 3 best workers gave it the worst day we ever had. Let's plot the points, see what they look like on a chart. Your chart should be long and narrow, not wide up and down, because the chart is for use. Anybody that makes this chart wide up and down will have to redo it. Let's plot number red on the vertical. Now, and time on the horizontal, let's just plot the points. 12, 10, 5. And 12, 7, 7. Second day, 9, 9, 12. And 6, 14, 11. Third day, 9, 4, 3. Ten, 9, 15. Fourth day, 12, 9, 7. Eleven, 11, 10. Just a rough chart. Let us compute the control limits. For the control limits, we need the overall average number of red beads per workload. I'll call it X bar. Now, there were 224 red beads made total. There were 6 willing workers, 4 days each. 224 divided by 24 will give you 9.33. We need also the average overall proportion red, which would be 224 red beads made. How many beads made in total? 6 willing workers, 4 days each, 50 beads to the workload. That little arithmetic will give you 0.187. Now we're ready to compute the control limit. Upper control limit and lower control limit. We'll do them both together. Equals X bar plus 3 for the upper limit, minus 3 for the lower limit, root of X bar, 1 minus P bar, equals 9.33 plus 3 for the upper limit, minus 3 for the lower limit, root 9.33 times 8, 1, 3. The arithmetic will give you 1760 for the upper limit, 1.07 for the lower limit, So I would round them off. You can use fractions if you wish. I'd round them off, make it 18 and 1. 18 for the upper limit, 1 for the lower limit. Let's draw our control limits. Here they are. No point fell out beyond the control limit. The control limits we calculated from pertinent data, the data that our willing workers made. Upper control limit, 18. Lower control limit, 1. Nobody went outside control limits. Conclusion, all that happened came from the process itself, the system itself. The willing workers had nothing to do with it. They just did their jobs. We gave merit increases in pay for what the system did. We put people on probation for what the system did. This is terrifying. Are you doing the same thing? Think of what we've learned. It's shocking what we've learned. Now, we now know our cost. We may predict with a high degree of belief, extend these lines into the future with a high degree of belief that if we had another 4 days, another 8 days, another 20 days, that the variation would stay within the limits 18 and 1. We now know our cost, that is, we can predict our cost. Management set the price of white beads without knowing anything about the process. Now we know. Think of it. What we know now. Turned out to be a stable system. That is variation from common causes only, nothing special. All that happened came from the system itself, not from the willing workers. We put people on probation. We gave merit increases in pay for what the system did, not for what the people did. The workers had nothing to do with it. Shocking, terrifying.